Hold on, can you reach that? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? Wait a minute. Okay, so the doors appear to be affecting. So I click on this thing and it shows me that little area. The doors appear to be affecting their ability to reach the outhouses. That seems like an oversight. That seems like an oversight. So what if I opened it? Oh, this one's fine. Unreachable restroom. The restroom is literally right there. So this seems like an unimplemented... this seems like an imperfect feature. Why is like randomly no air? Why is randomly no air? What? You have power. Really, you'll have power in a second. I'm gonna chalk it up to shenanigans, but let's get that powered up. Why? Hold on. Hey, there it goes. So I open the door, and they can access that. You can't reach the bathroom from this position. That seems really stupid. So in the future, when you make a medical area, you're going to want to have a restroom or two in the middle. I would wager and some cots around it, because they can't even reach that. Where does it say at all in this that it requires these things nearby? That told them to use regions, but no, gotta use the loud sleeper system. It makes no sense. When you go to place it, it should show things. That makes no sense. That is confusing to a player. And wait, no, technically this can reach the bed. Look, do you see this? There's a square right here. Unreachable bedroom. Unreachable bedroom. Reginald can't reach the bedroom. Reginald's literally using the bathroom. So I actually think this is okay. It's just, it's not fully working. Definitely a not completely implemented thing. And the air should start, yeah, air will start going up here. They got both of those things delivered, so the air thing should remedy itself. Wow. Something is definitely not right. Throwing up. Literally, there's no point in playing at this point. The colony is just throwing itself into chaos to the point where there's no coming back, or it would literally take days, like cycle days. But that is horrible. That is unimplemented as fuck. The tooltip on debuff tells you what to do. On what? On what debuff? So the med bed. What do you mean? What do you mean on debuff? What do you mean? Diseases? Decor? Unimplemented. Not that anybody ever reads tooltips even though they're full of information. I'm reading them, but what are you talking about? The tooltip on debuff. What do you mean debuff? That is implemented, unimplemented AF. That is definitely not right. The restroom needs shit. What? I mean debuff. There's no debuff thing. Alright, yeah. This world's done. It was a for science thing. So don't have too much fun exploring. Go slowly and stay safe, and you'll be A-okay. We were doing A-okay for the longest time. I can just roll back before the diseases. But really interesting to learn that if you don't have those things right next to each other, you are screwed. Med bed rest. Duplicant's injury and disease times being improved. Full bladder, obviously there's that. Tired, blah, blah, blah. I mean, this is going to go away on you soon anyway. But wow, like, that just doesn't seem finished. You have to push sickle 69. Oh, I could easily do that. It truly doesn't seem like that's complete. I mean, I know it's not. It's early access, and this is the first day that this update's been out. And Trop randomly just got food poisoning. But look, like literally everybody just starts puking. Alright, well, I don't know when the diseases first started coming through. Let's go back to cycle 62. I just want to see if when we nip the problem in the bud, what happens. That is definitely not complete. Wow, why would they? Nowhere does it fucking tell me. Oh, close the door so it comes back? No, that's stupid. It should not it should not require you to put an item down, then be alarmed that you don't have, like, I think the game crashed, that you don't have the sufficient setup for it. Like, I was just taking a while to load. That should definitely be a little more clear to the player. Like, when you go to put a medical cot down, you should see requires on the tooltip, and then you should see the area that, like, the distance covers. That just seems incomplete. Like, really incomplete. Like, dangerously incomplete. Yeah, I don't like that. That's something that I feel like they should definitely work on a little bit. So, I don't know if we want to stay on cycle 62. Let's try to load a few more recent saves. Let's go to cycle 63. So, at the moment, we have 99 immunity. I want to see when the immunity started becoming a thing. It's a very big oversight. If you ask me, that's a big... As a player, that's a big oversight. So, obviously, there's not a food shortage to let the game play out. We have 90 immunity. So, this is when some immunity started tanking. Huh. So, what was the cause of that, though? Gotta learn. Like, oh yeah, is this still top? I thought it would overtake. Twitch Alerts is a little bit broken right now, Ty. Twitch Alerts is very broken. Let's let it run for a sec to smooth out. See, food poisoning germs. Is that food poisoning germs cleared? Yeah, it's the germs being cleared. So I don't see any job right now for Funkadilla. What is he doing? He's only assigned to that. What is he? Where are you? Show navigation, move to. Wait, hold on. Not hide navigation. What are you doing? You're probably getting food, yes? You're getting food. The shit requires regions that refuse to finish the code that's required for once. They definitely should have not made that change. That's a little bit off, if you ask me. I don't like that. Alright, I need a real storage spot for food, and I think here is going to be one of them. A bunch of refrigerators with the Weesports in there. So I want to bring the refrigeration closer to base so they don't have to venture out and get diseases and shit. And then I want to make an actual medical area just in case we do ever have that happen. None of the buildings do. We put a building down and find out it requires gas. Yeah, but if you think that throwing a med bed down like that is uninformative as fuck, or if you don't think that that's uninformative as fuck, I think that's just silly. That is a completely new mechanic, to click on an item and then have it expand and tell you that there's things that it... I'm sorry. To have it just have the radius around it, but it doesn't tell you what it needs. That is uninformative. That's a little bit stupid. Well, anyway, let's make a big fat fridge. Very uninformative in my opinion. I think they could do a little bit better on that one. Just a little bit better. Do I want to do... I mean, the best design for a fridge room thingy would be to have a lot of space overhead for the contaminated air that might find its way in there to get out. And then I keep the CO2 at the bottom. How do I want... Or chlorine. Actually, Ooh. I kind of want to use chlorine. Because... Oh, it would disinfect. Chlorine's a sterile gas. Does it still say sterile when you look at chlorine? Let me check. Does this say, like, sterile or whatever? Well, I guess I have to have food in there. It should say sterile. Chlorine should be A-okay. If I make a little pit of sorts, that would actually be better. I'd have to get rid of this thing, though. Let's tell you what. Let's get rid of you. Sorry, man. You gotta go. You gotta go. You got to go bye-bye. This would not be symmetrical per se. But if I had mechanized airlocks at the tippy top, and then I had CO2 or chlorine again at the bottom, which is heavier than air, heavier than poop air, heavier than anything they might introduce to the area, and then I had them come down a ladder to the fridge, like where the food would be. I don't know how big I want to make this food storage area. The best thing is just to have a door at the top, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So insulated tile. It has to be a bigger room. So, something like this. Let's wall that up. Go dig. And suggest for Oni drawings. Draw... I don't know. Draw the brain thingy. Draw the brain thingy. Draw it sucking the brains out of some dupe. Do you know what you're shaping tomorrow? I have no idea, Funkadilla. Maybe some Oni. Don't know, man. I'll put some fridges on both sides. This leaves room for a door over here one day, if I so choose. mesh tile just in case they drop anything and I want a gas to rise. And I could put a gas pipe up here. The only reason they stopped working is because they had other people do stuff, but yeah, I can up the priority slightly. It's because I was telling them to do stuff like work on this and focus on digging. So, you're not wrong. I'm going to cancel all these jobs. There's no point. Disable delivery. Disable delivery. We're going to just focus on base, just a smidge, so I can focus on longevity for the moment. Disable building. And the idea would be... Can I get 2 in here? I didn't really even think about this. Refrigerator and refrigerator? I can put more tiles here. Pew, 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 pew. This is similar to my last design. The fact is, it's a huge food storage. I said make the brain sucker thingies, Repoc. Like these little brain sucker things that they mess with your dupes. Do those. And then draw it like sucking the brains out of a dupe. I don't know, man. How's that for an idea? How's that one? Go over here. Ah, I still need room for Weezeworts. It's true. Oversight on my part. Well, with that said, we could do floating Weezeworts unless they nerfed them. Let me think. How do I want to make the Weezeworts function in this area? Could do that. Could do a flower pot here. I'd come up to this point, and I could do another one here. Well, they actually have to be here, but then they wouldn't really be able to reach the stuff. They can jump. The thing is, they can jump the gap. 2 Weezeworts would take forever to cool that off, though. And I don't have anywhere enough Abyssalite to make this a reality yet. I need to get Abyssalite if I'm to do that. Otherwise, we'll have a ton of heat bleed. So, with that in mind, let's start shaving the Abyssalite down. Borrow some of the Abyssalite for my nefarious purposes. There you go, guys. There's some Abyssalite for you. Some Abyssalite if you come this way. Should have no problem taking it. There you go. Enjoy your Abyssalite. So long as we don't break into the next biome, I will be content with that. The reason I'm just taking Abyssalite is it does not transmit heat. For shit. Very good at insulating anything. Found any ruins? Cammy, I found like 4 of them. I found like 4 of them, like these little brain sucker pod thingies. There's a genetic door down here that I have to get to, and a genetic door down here that I have to get to. All kinds of stuff, man. All kinds of stuff. I just got to get the Abyssalite going. So Drondia's... Ugh. Drondia's got some problems. So the immunity's again going down. Why? You have food poisoning. Tons of food poisoning, and like the germs aren't going away. Well, there's surface germs. I think I need to bring like a CO or a chlorine pit. Look, it's already down again. I need to have a chlorine pit. Here, open that up. Open that up. If we're walking back and forth in here, at least let's walk through some chlorine. I know it's a little bit morbid, but that'll clean you guys up. We need more chlorine. I like the chlorine. Brain suckers, they give your dupes a positive trait. So give me Drondia. Where'd she go? Drondia. Move. No, that's Nada. I thought I would select Drondia. Can't select you through the list like that, so Drondia. Move 2. Go stand right here. I want to see what happens to your germs. I know you have food poisoning, it's an internal, but you have a lot of surface gems. A lot of surface gems just went bye-bye. Like, I could just throw them in little chlorine pits. It's morbid. Is moving 2... Yeah, moving 2 gets rid of the character sheet. I don't like that. So that just got rid of some of her germs. Not all of them, obviously. It's a little twisted. It's a little twisted. But it's helping her. It's helping her. We lost like 10,000. Game ain't broken on to handle the germs. No, the game is broken. I'm sorry. I'm talking from a design standpoint when you don't tell a person what the item does, but then you randomly require a thing. That was lazy development. They didn't finish a feature. It's early access, Hoki. The game's not done. There's a lot of stuff that they have unimplemented. The germs are... I'm not saying anything wrong with the germs. I need to figure out how to deal with them better. But when it comes to those cots, that was stupid. Food poisoning's going down tremendously. I don't know how well this, or how much this is helping her, but those surface germs were like gone, for the most part. Just running through, I know I'm saying gems again, it happens, but running through that chlorine pit is really strangely good for the dupes. I want chlorine at the bottom of my base. It'd be a literal cleansing chamber. That's so morbid. That's so morbid. But it works. I gotta get this chlorine into my base. You know what? Let's try something. Let's get some more chlorine in this room. This is a room that they all have to travel through. I'd be better off with a door there, because then we can auto-lock it. So, let's put a door. Mechanized airlock. Boom. And a tile with a priority of 9, so we can just close this off completely. Sealed. Come on, come on, come on. It almost is almost is 140. Almost is a 7-hour stream. It's still just decreasing rapidly, but she has food poisoning. So I gotta find out what's the source of my food poisoning though? Like where are they getting that? Like what's the dealio with the food poisoning? Does meal lice, can I find some meal lice on the ground? I don't see any meal lice on the ground. I can just tell somebody to harvest it with a higher priority. Here, come harvest this, please. I want to take a look at the meal lice. See if it gives them a chance to get that. So, meal lice condition. Doesn't tell me anything. Doesn't tell me. Maybe a horizontal tunnel with a chlorine. That's what I want to do. I would love to have one at the bottom of the base. Heard fire kills germs too. It does. When our clay fields, when players ignore 3 different buildings that kill germs and players just ignore them. Well, there's the wash basin, but they only go when they go to the bathroom. I could put a wash basin here, but that doesn't kill... It doesn't kill the internal food poisoning. I'm thinking of like almost more of a free way to do it, man. Hand washers are, well, there's that. Yeah, I could put more hand washers, but they're getting food poisoning when they go there. You seeing that? Or is that saying more food poisoning? Ah, germs per use. Okay. They're not even washing their hands anymore. Look at this. Why are they not washing their hands? Why are they put water in there? They're not even washing their hands. They're not even washing their hands. You know what, you guys? We're giving you a bigger area here. Let's increase this. Let's tweak it. The hand washer is occupied. Infectives walk by without washing. I know that. I already know that. But they're not even using it at all. They're not delivering water to it. They're probably just not taking the time to do it. Oh, I don't want that power. I don't need that wire there anymore. That was an old wire. Get rid of that. And let's put some more hand washing basins in here. It's under plumbing, is it? Plumbing stations, medicine. It's medicine. Kind of silly, but I'll take it. Let's put 3. Get some shiggles. Get some shiggles. I'm gonna up the priority to 9 for the lulls to see if they deliver the water, because nobody was washing their hands. That is it. They just weren't delivering water. So nobody was washing their hands. As gross as it seems, it's what's happening. So everyone build these things. Go wash your hands. There you go. So that's why we're dumping tons of germs in there. But it doesn't change the fact that I think a chlorine chamber that they have to walk through to get in and out of base makes sense. It cleans them. It's free cleanliness. There's no reason why you wouldn't do that. I wonder, will you use this twice? What I want to see is, will they use a wash basin like 3 times in a row if there's multiples? Poop away from dupes. Yeah, there's the normal toilets, and I haven't used them yet because we haven't found our close by geyser. I'm still just figuring out the mechanics. I don't need lip for an update that just came out, okay? Let me have fun. You can offer suggestions. I don't have problems with that, but when you get snarky, that's when I tell you to fuck off. I'm not saying that to you, Oro, just people in general. It's a new update. Let me have fun. So, there you go. We answered a question. Irene's washing her hands twice in a row. That's silly. I wonder if there's a way to fix that. Because you want multiple wash basins, because you want them to wash their hands when they're leaving. But you don't want them to wash multiple times. That seems stupid. Well, is there any benefit to that? Like, let me look at Irene's germs. Food poisoning, slime lung, that's host. And his number's gonna go away. It's surface germs. So then having multiple wash basins kind of is a waste of water. I mean, it gives you the luxury of, yeah, you're guaranteeing someone to wash their hands, but then they're wasting. Washing hands multiple times is a personality trait. Yeah, it seems a bit silly. So then maybe what you would want to do is have multiple bathrooms with a wash basin where, like, one person goes and takes a dump, and then they leave. There's only one bathroom in there. Maybe not putting 3 bathrooms at the end of a hallway, then 3 wash. See, like, I'm trying to, like, see what would make the most sense. So multiple bathrooms in multiple locations is a pretty decent idea. Unreachable bed. I don't know how you guys managed to, like, dig it instead of, like, the top down, but you'll eventually get free. You'll eventually get out of here. Hurry up and finish that job so you guys don't die, please. That'd just be a stupid way for you dudes to go. That'd be a really funny way for them to go. So yeah, multiple bathrooms on the end of like a hallway. Good soap only kills 99.9% germs. Huh. Well then I learned something. I mean, Jonathan might walk out of here and wash his hands 3 times. Doesn't make sense, but it's a possibility. You know, all these bathrooms are broken. Dude, it'd be so good just to flood your bathrooms with chlorine. It's beneficial they wash things multiple times to reduce their germs. It's true, but it would also waste water to an extent. What if they didn't have that many germs that it benefited them at all? You know, like maybe washing their hands multiple times is just kind of stupid in some sense. Let me click on Drondia again. So you have no surface germs, so washing your hand would be pointless. You just have the food poisoning, and you're a host right now. Maybe a bathroom with a column and basin in each. That's what I'm thinking. Having multiple bathrooms sort of lined up would make sense. Why are you guys down here pooping and peeing yourselves? Like, you guys all have a clear shot to base. Why are you even over there, I am go? So far what I'm seeing, they've only washed once. I saw somebody wash twice. I literally just watched them do it. If a basin's not free, they won't do it, and if they're all occupied, like, they won't wait. So there is reason. Funkadillo might not do it, but I've seen them do it. Except it doesn't kill germs, surrounds the germs with water, and makes them slide off of the sink. Antibacterial kills germs. Well, it's true, but you know that's the idea behind this. Huh. I kind of like the idea of at the end. You almost just have like a column, like a vertical column of bathrooms, just to guarantee that one person goes in, one person washes their hands. It'd solve so much shit. And obviously these don't need to be all priority 9s. That was me messing around. I'll have some more delivering being done. In fact, I could turn you off of power. Have you like deliver? Sadly, I don't think deliver. You'll go do a bunch of other things. I don't know what I would really want you to do. Disinfect. Go and disinfect the bedrooms again, would you, buddy boy? Well, yeah, obviously I don't want them to have more than 12,000 germs. But it's interesting. Huh. 3 bathrooms is more than enough for now. I'm not going to worry about the bathroom thing too much. I just want to monitor this. Why are we getting... So what's the cause, though? What's my current cause of, let's see, food poisoning? Where are they getting that? Food poisoning. Dubkin's currently fighting a food poisoning infection. Do they get that just because they're going in the bathroom and the bathroom's dirty? Like, is that what's going on? Go ahead and sweep this crap up off the ground, would you? See if that helps at all. Get that out of here. Obviously, they're just leaving the poop in here. It's just producing. I wonder if that glitch still exists. Where if I put one of these up here. I don't want it to exist. But I put a deodorizer. If it'll still clean the poop air that reaches the top. It said germy food. There's germy food. Yeah, that would do it. And it all has just germs on it. So why does it it's surface germs. Surface germs food poisoning. I can't clean that. Yeah. So how would you, unless you put it in like air that would clean it. So then what I would have to do, the storage is full of food poisoning, they're spreading everywhere. Well, I know. But what I would have to do is tell them maybe don't eat meal ice and then have them store it in a room where the meal ice would be cleansed. Which is why I like the idea of a chlorine pit. Even if it's not refrigerated. You know what? Even if it's not refrigerated for now, I think I do that. I store the meal ice. I then have them cook it. And then the hope is because it's stored in an area full of chlorine, it's cleansed. maybe that would be a reasonable call? Reasonable decision? I mean, my storage, to be honest with you, my storage has got chlorine in it, and that's kind of beneficial. I should go mine up those. Compost those mule ice plants, they're dead to you. What are you bullying my mule ice for? I don't have sleet wheat yet. Who's stressed? There's a stress machine. Go de-stress. At least we're washing our hands now, and we're getting rid of the stuff in here, which is creating the germs. Hold on, what's that say? 25,000. I'm tempted to just jobs. Funkadilla. You're only on disinfect. You're okay, you're on deliver. Cancel any disinfect job you have. I just want to clean the bathroom for a moment. I don't want to cancel all that stuff, obviously. So, disinfect this room. Just, I want to see some things. Cleanse the seeds and replant. So that, well, the thing is, if any dupe ever goes there and they're sick, yeah. So it's just it keeps going. It's a never-ending thing unless you nip it in the bud. Unmath with 1,000 turquoise boof coins. Unmath, thank you for 1,000 turquoise boof coins, dude. Appreciate the support as always, buddy. Thank you so much, man. Wooden showers cleanse the germs. Only on the dupes. Only on the dupes. That's the same thing like with the wash basin. I wonder if they made showers any better. They were always really broken. But thank you for the support, man. I appreciate it. How you doing? I want to test one thing, too. Remember, this is mostly a test world. It's the first day of the update. But will you guys go here and will you, like, work on this thing? Because the poop air goes to the top and it gets stuck. I wonder if I can purify it just to get rid of it. Ah, there's no real food shortage. It's okay. Mark to not harvest. You bastards! How dare you! I never made that change. Why are they not harvesting it? That's kind of jank. Priority 6s, copy some settings, just make sure it's slightly elevated so they harvest that all real fast. Good Volx, good shit on math. Good to hear, man. Glad. Funkadilla, where are you at? Funkadilla, I wanna see things. Where are you at, buddy? Center of attention. Shouldn't you be disinfecting? Yeah, you clean that germ. Clean it real good. Cammy. He's washing his hands. No, Funkadilla, you're not done yet. Unreachable food, that's a bad sign. What are you dudes doing out here? What are you guys... Are they getting, like, stuck on ladders? They can walk up here. Obviously they can get there, they got there. Like, what are they doing? What, go home. Go to base where the food is. The low immunity thing is back. It's okay. I'm fine. I'm content. I'm content with knowing that this world's kind of doomed unless I go back to like 60, 62 and fix the bathroom issue. And it makes sense. Like I get that now, because then they obviously were infecting everything else. But why are they getting stuck out in the random? I don't have any jobs down here. Oh, dupes! Don't make me start locking doors on you again. So yeah, I'm going to actually load. For science, I mean, I'm learning here. Let's go back to cycle 62. I know cycle 62 was right before we started having the immunity decreases. They're trying to breathe. I just need them to go back to base. I'm gonna maybe cycle 60. Let's go to cycle 60 for safety. I am then going to go to the bathroom real fast. I mean, it's a 7-hour stream. I gotta pee sometime. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real fast, and we're gonna continue just like I don't know. I want to test it. I want to learn some more shit. I will go fix a few priority issues, though. So 6, 6, 666, Hail Mega Stand. You're disabled, which is good. You disable delivery. They didn't even go down here yet, which is fantastic. This is before this got built. Cancel all that. So they should have no reason to go down here. That's disabled. There's nothing else over here. No Garbo. No reason to run down there. Wash basin. This is also before the poop air got here. You know what? Why don't we up this to a 7? And that is just because as they drop the poop, like the poop dirt, they'll move it. They'll relocate it. Deconstruct this real fast. I'm going to expand the bathroom a little bit just to make sure that they are guaranteed to be able to wash their hands. Because as you can see, that's causing an issue. Nip it in the bud before it becomes an actual issue. And I still really like the idea of doing what I was doing with the food. Just have the food go get sterilized first. Yes, obviously in a perfect world there would be no issues here. Oh, this is before the hatch got moved. Shit. Here, I want to go to the bathroom. I don't know why you would burrow there, but that was literally perfect. I don't know how, but that went exactly the way I wanted it to. Nice. Very nice. Food shortage, again, not an issue. Please tell me it's... Why did they all randomly unmark themselves as auto harvest? That was really weird that that happened. Deconstruct all of this. It's like perfectly okay that this thing's right here, I think. Plumbing. I'm sorry, it's under... What is it, utilities? No, it's medicine. I always forget it's under medicine. Just to make sure there's more than enough there. Just to make sure that there's a surplus. Like maybe water wore out on one before I got to it. Reebok. So I'll let food go here a little bit. Let me check the germ overlay. These aren't overly bad. That one's a little bit shitty. I wonder what happens if you dig it up and you store it in a place with chlorine. Oh hey, did digging the ground under them turn off auto harvest? Might have been, honestly. Maybe. Maybe. Wonder if they can do for the 4 gray booth coins, buddy. I appreciate the support, man. So that's set up to take care of all of those things. And still one thing I really don't have an answer to. Will putting this here. Used to, in the past, there was like this weird bug where I put a deodorizer, and if there's a tile directly above it, it either destroyed the gas or it pushed it through a wall. I think it pushed it through a wall. It was really weird. But if I put one of these up top, it'll get the poop air that reaches the air. It reaches really up high. I don't want that up there. And if this goes all, if this little plan goes well, I'll make these like real bathrooms here. I'm just trying to figure this shit out. Rip urine release? Oh yeah, I gotta pee, but I have to get these guys up and running. So I will BRB. I am going to go pee really fast. So give me a sec. Volxy poop back from the wash basin. Oro, thank you for the troll cupcake gem there, buddy. Appreciate it. Alright, so what happened? Food shortage really shouldn't be an issue. This stuff will grow in just a second. Let's check some stuff. Yeah, disease is good. I mean, there's just a lot of stupid stuff on there. Welcome back, Daft. Welcome back, buddy. So what's the dealio with the colony? How are we panning out? What the Jesus H Christ? 7-hour stream. Thank you for all your great content, folks, and for finding a great community of this heard here on Twitch, on the broken YouTube and Discord, and of course the place to destroy cupcakes. Holy Jesus God! Jonathan with 10,101 booth coins. Dude, he already sent 1,000 or 10,000 earlier today, and then way more. Squeamish. Can't perform aid. Bubbles is actually kind of good. Jonathan, thank you so much for the support, dude. Holy God. Get some love and hype up in chat for Jonathan. Much appreciated, buddy. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for all the gems and all the support, dude. Well, thank you guys for being here, and thank you for watching. Holy God, that's nuts. All right, we're picking a new person in Jonathan's honor. And it is Determined, who's probably asleep right now. Jonathan, thank you so much, man. You were fucking beastly. Determined games, right? Determined games, it is. You get to be Bubbles. Holy shit, Jonathan. You are a madman. You are a madman indeed. And I'll tell you what. Why only delegate you to disinfect, or I'm sorry, why only him on disinfect? Let's have you also disinfect. 2 people disinfect only. Get shit done. Thank you so much, man. Holy shit. So would putting chlorine in here disinfect the gems that are there? Makes me wonder. Like, I like the idea of chlorine being a heavy gas, and I know this sounds terrible, but pump it to the surface of my base, let it trickle on through these doors, and go to the bottom, and then I could just cycle it back. The harvest canceled when you canceled all the disinfect tasks. Ah, that maybe makes more sense. Okay. Stands to reason. You guys are all 5s and 6s. Well, they did it at a 5, but these have some importance to them, clearly. The immunity is still going down, but that's because I think the food poisoning concern. So the only way I can think of either fixing it now would be to take these seeds and then drop them off and then, like, cycle everything out and, like, purge the gems or germs on them. My concern with that is it's not like people wouldn't bring germs to them. For example, Reginald's touching it, and Reginald has germs. So the only way to make it germ-free would be to just get the germs in the beginning every time. Which is obviously never going to happen because they're going to go explore and they're going to go pick up something. That's just bound to happen. So how do you stop that? How do you cure... How do you prevent while getting food? How do you prevent the germ spread while getting food? Yeah, it was a nutrition bar, Daft. It was like the thing you get at the beginning, like a nutrition ration or whatever it's called. That sounds like it would cause gas pressurization issues on those air vents. I don't know. I could do something with pumps. We'd see, man. Clean people purge food germs and set up some med beds. I think sounds good now. But what are the med beds actually 110% doing? Let me read it. Accelerates health restoration and the healing of physical injuries. That's just disease recovery time. I would want to kill the germs completely. Removes most germs. I mean, there's obviously this, and yes, it creates chlorine. And this, as you can see, removes 4,800 germs per use, which is way more. And it's going to create chlorine, and they're going to use this, what, before they eat? Every time? But they would still be eating infected food. That's my issue. They still eat infected food. How do I get the infection off the food? Guaranteed. Other than sending my food through a little process where, like, I do what I was thinking. Which, again, is I'm feeding them bad food, so it's obviously not even a good thing there. I'd have to fry up the food. I think that'd be another thing. We could go down the food category, go to the electric grill, which apparently produces stupid amounts of heat, and I wouldn't be surprised. Create things like frost buns. The answer is not to infect food. Well, obviously, but they literally get infections from everywhere in the world. And unless your base had, like, a guaranteed perfect disinfect on the way in and the way out, you'd have a problem. Hand sanitizers no longer leak chlorine. Weird. Weird. Oh yeah, I want them to also mine this up for the chlorine. A little bit of chlorine, or I could let that go in the bottom of the base. Truth be told, if I keep that there, and I dig this here, and I let chlorine into the base, I'm not against it.